You're listening to Life as a Band Leader with Angela O'Neill and Outrageous 8 Records, where music meets real life and every story swings. From rehearsals to the spotlight, we're sharing the music, the mayhem, and the magic of leading a modern band.
Hey everybody, it is Angela O'Neill and Outrageous 8 Records, and we are lucky enough to have my friend Johnny Britt here today. Welcome, Johnny.
Hey, Angela, thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure. You said we were going to do it, and here we are.
I love that. And before I started recording, we were actually talking about the fact that Johnny and his group actually just did an amazing little festival out in Catalina. And Johnny, what was that like?
Yeah, we did the Catalina Island Jazz Tracks Festival. It's a really big festival. It's a festival that goes on, I think, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I know Bob James was there.
Beautiful.
I shared this stage with Peebo Bryson. So I did my set, Eric Darius, Peebo Bryson. It was a Sunday, and it was crazy. I was telling my wife it's like a long line for CDs and autographs and pictures and stuff. And it was a great rush. It was killing. It was killing.
You have a CD out right now, actually.
Absolutely, yes, up for Grammy nomination. It's called Midnight in Paris. We have at least 3 songs up for Grammy nomination consideration. The title track, Midnight in Paris, the album. This is a French-based album. I don't know if I told you this, but I speak fluent French. I studied music at the Conservatoire de Versailles in Paris, France. And I never really, because I'm a singer and trumpet player, and I have never sung or did spoken word in French.
Oh,
and this is the very first time that I'm doing that on this album. So it's really, really cool. Obviously, I'm singing in English, but this is it's like Parisian life. The whole album it's considered a tribute to Paris, and I talk about Boulevard Saint Michel. That was a very nice area that I used to go to, the Left Bank. I used to go to the River Bop, this bebop club there, and I talk about jazz. I talk about all this stuff in the album.
Yeah.
But the album is an R&B jazz album. Like I think I told you.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do play straight ahead, because we play together in the big band. But I really do my thing with R&B and jazz, and I write and produce all the stuff, all my material. So yeah, really, really excited about this album. And that's what we basically featured on this jazz festival that we did yesterday. Actually, the promoter came up to me and told me, "Hey, you got this gig because of your Midnight in Paris album."
Oh, how nice, how flattering.
Yeah. So it was like really, really cool. The band was on fire. I was so happy. I did stuff from the Midnight in Paris album. I do stuff from my Marvin Meets Miles album, which is a concept album that I have.
Mm-hmm.
What if Marvin Gaye and Miles Davis performed together, but they never did. Right. And I actually have an album out with that. And so we did some of those pieces along with some of my other hit songs. So it was really, really dynamite.
I don't know that everybody knows, but Johnny is like 3 times a triple threat. He's a singer, he's a trumpet player, he's a writer, he's a producer in that he writes a lot of the material, which is so unusual these days, Johnny. It really is. The stuff on Midnight in Paris, are those all of your originals?
I write and produce all of my songs. I'm just letting you know right now. So like I have I think this is my 7th solo album. I've written and produced every single song.
Wow.
So I've been doing this a number of years, and this is my dream come true. For me doing just I do what I want, how I want it, and where I want to do it. So yeah, I write, arrange, and produce every single thing. And my core band situation for my records is like I'm a keyboard player. So I do, keyboarding and programming. And then my drummer is Marcus Williams. He's in Atlanta. My bass player is in London, England. That's Dean Mark. My guitar player is in Chicago. His name is Soul Man. And this is like the core of the rhythm section. And then I'll have special guests come in. Peter White come in, Najee come in, Gerald Albright come in. I did a vocal duet with Will Downing. So that's the core of the sound. So everything that you hear, we're like we're like the Funk Brothers. My man in Chicago, my guitar player in Chicago said, "Man, you need to call us the International Funk Brothers."
I like that name.
Yeah, he
I
said
like,
that. Yeah, but it's really cool, because I have a sound. I have a sound, and it's very different. It's very consistent, and it's cool. It's really cool. I'm really enjoying it. And of course, a big shout out to my band. My band is really different than my studio band, and my band consists of guys here in LA.
right.
Big shout out to my son Josh Britt, graduate of Berklee College of Music.
Yes.
He plays keyboards for me. Brian Bush is my bass player. He plays electric and upright. He's from Chicago. My drummer is from the Bay Area, Oakland. Tony St. James has played with everybody.
Yeah.
And Craig T. Cooper is from Los Angeles. Those are the two like OGs of the group. I mean, they're not OGs. My
Right.
son is like 27.
Hey, it can't be two A's, OG. No, not really. Great, though. Congratulations to your son. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And so since the name of this podcast is Life as a Band Leader, and
Mm-hmm.
I think the people who watch this podcast will probably be some people in the biz, right?
Yeah.
It'll be young people who are just starting out in the industry and wondering, how to put all of this together. So when you start thinking about an album that you're going to do like Midnight in Paris, obviously write the material first, but kind of give us the cliff notes of what that process is to put a project like that together.
Okay, so a production project for me, it's of course I'm the core, so the ideas and the map and the song, it comes from me because I'm a vocalist. I'll do all this stuff. I'll do the horn section stuff, the vocal stuff, the horn stuff. So basically, it starts with me in my studio, say like Midnight in Paris. I got the idea and I knew it was hot. I said, man, this is cool. And normally I just, again, and I said this on stage the other day, I'm really cool, but it wouldn't sonically be totally what it is without my crew. So
Right.
like I said, my first move is I make sure that the sounds are right, the patches are right. I do just everything in the box. I do have a Fender Rhodes piano. I love the old school sound of Fender, and I'll run it through some effect pedals and stuff like that.
Right.
And I have some of my go soft synths. I love Moog. My sound is really like old school. It's like Wurlitzer,
Yeah.
Rhodes, Moog, clavinet. And I'm a drum programmer as well, so I'll definitely have the beat on there, the vibe on how I want it, along with the percussion and stuff like that. And then I will send it to Marcus, my drummer, and a lot of times I'll take the kick out, take the snare out, whatever, and I'll leave like I'll leave the percussion stuff and certain little things that'll give him inspiration. And what's so great about my players is that I don't have to go back for multiple takes. They know my vibe and they really give me what I want. And it's it's really like I never have to send it back, So I have, and I think that all players are not like that, because I've had players before and they didn't have that touch, that goo that made that made chill bumps come up on me. And they're good players, but it's something about the certain kind of players that I like and a certain kind of feel that I like. A lot of times it's not always perfect. I don't want it perfect, quantized. I want it to be a little loose behind the beat. I want it to be funky because I'm like, that's the way my vibe is. So these cats are naturally like that. And then normally I'll give it to my bass player next. And so, he'll hear, the drums that Marcus laid down. He'll hear the vocals that I've done and the horns that I've done, the whole vibe, the keyboards I've done. And again, natural, man. And this is a guy that I met. It was so crazy. I played the London Jazz Festival, which I'm going back to play the London Jazz Festival again just in a few weeks next month.
Yeah.
And I had a group before called Impromptu. I don't know if you know about my history, but I was signed to Motown Records, Motown Mo Jazz Records. And we came out in '95, and it was right on that cut when like neo soul, West Coast rap, this whole we came up with D'Angelo. You know, D'Angelo just passed away,
I know.
and so yeah. So I actually just did a tribute song. I put that in my set. How does it feel?
Yeah.
You know, tribute to him, and yeah, I did it Sunday. We're gonna be in Tucson this weekend. I'm gonna do it there, and it's just like lights out. You know, because so we all came, it was like impromptu. It was Maxwell came out.
Right.
It was D'Angelo. We were all in a Tribe Called Quest. I was in that area. I was in that in
area.
that in that uh-huh. So
Yeah.
a lot of people know me from the '90s, from my group Impromptu, and especially people in Europe.
Yeah.
So we did the London Jazz Festival. I know I met this bass player, you know, who played with me there, and man, he like knew all my stuff and loved my stuff.
Oh, cool.
And man, Angela, he tells me, no, I got back to the States and we're just kind of kicking. He says, Johnny, I'll play on anything that you have.
How cool.
I mean, he just said, I mean, it was like, and it's kind of, I think it's different a little bit with European cats.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, but he just said, I'll play on anything that you have. Cause to be honest with you, like before that, like I was playing synth bass because, you know, I didn't want to like, you know, I wasn't sweating, you know, cats over here, but I was playing, you know, like my Marvin Meets Miles. Yeah, I did like, cause that was like I had an upright sample and I played all that stuff, you know. So until I got like the right fit, you know, I just would play the stuff myself. But and this is like a dream come true. I'm telling you, Angela, he says, I'll play on everything that you got.
Love that, man.
And so that's how our relationship started, you know. And when he's been on at least 3-4 of my albums, you know. Yeah. This crew is like my band has been together, and I'm jumping all around, but my band has been together for 7 years. No subs, you know, all these, you know, cats can't make it. I've had a dedicated band for 7 years. I've had a dedicated studio band, if you want to call it, for 5 albums.
Amazing.
You know, so it's yeah. So anyway, so I'll give it to Dean over in the UK, and he's just, man, and these cats, to me, I will call these cats before I will call anybody in LA for me.
Right.
For what I do. So this cat's killing because I know all the bad cats. And then my man Chicago, we used to we used to want to be Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis back in the 80s.
Right.
This was because I got married in '86, and I remember I used to drop my wife off to work and go to his house, and this is before the computers even started. I mean, we were on the first computer that we had was like a Commodore 64.
Oh man,
you know, yeah. So this was like, yeah. So this is like the beginning, and again, we got like, so being black, you go through afros, you go for the twisties. We had Jerry curls back then. Jerry curls. So, but I mean, we were always, practicing, writing and production. That's what we wanted to be. Like I said, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Babyface in LA. And I used to do that like every day. And so anyway, he's my guitar player, so I sent it to him. And we're just like old friends. He was in my wedding. So, you have a connection to these cats, And so, and again, they speak my language. And I think that my music is easy for them to play to.
Yeah.
Because they really feel the vibe, So basically, I get it back. And after I get it back from there, I will analyze it. I'll add whatever needs to be added. I do all of my background vocals. Mm-hmm. I do all of my leads. I do all of my horn section stuff. Sometimes I'll give some stuff to Mike Parlett. He'll put some horn, some tenor stuff on it for me or whatever. But I do everything. I mean, everything. And unfortunately, another piece of my production team and I'm going to give him a big shout out. His name is Sean J. Lawson. He was Ricky Lawson's nephew.
Okay.
And again, he was like, Johnny, what do you need? He played on all my gigs. He played on all my records. He just played on this Midnight in Paris album. And I'm telling you, Angela, I couldn't believe it. About 2 months after the session, he passed away.
Oh, no.
I know. Yeah. From like a brain aneurysm. And he was like young. And it was just like, we were just in the studio. I mean, hey man, I'll see you later. And, I told him I'm taking him around the world with me. And, because I just did a gig in Detroit. He said, "Hey man, let the people know, I'm on all your records, Johnny," because he's from Detroit. Just the nice. I mean, these guys are just like, it's this business for me. It really is about relationships. But these guys, I'm talking about. I mean, they were just there for me, Angela. This guy was there for me. Sometimes I would do a gig with just me on piano and him on, a cajon. So
Yeah.
come on, Sean, he play. I mean, I'm just any and everywhere. If I'm doing like a TV thing or whatever, hey man, come on, these cats there, man. And it really hurt. It really hurt me because I loved him. B, he was an integral part of my inner circle, of my musical inner circle for sure.
Yeah.
And now it's crazy because the first instrument that I ever played was bongos.
Oh, wow.
So I have really good hand coordination, really now, and I could play. When you kind of can do something, you can do something. So I've been kind of like playing percussion on my stuff now since he left. Since he's gone, and cats have approached me, but I'm really sensitive about
Yeah.
about that. And anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then I would, after keys, I would bring Sean over. The last process would be the percussion,
Right.
and then I would have it. And when I know it's right, then I give it to my mixer, who his name is Nils. Again, another really good friend who basically he plays guitar, he produces like me, and he writes like me. He has his own career like me, but he's very good with mixing. And I don't trust myself with mixing. I don't trust myself. So I give it to him.
Yeah.
He's my main mixer. He's my main mixer. But I got to give a big shout out to brother Mike Parlett because he mixed a couple joints on the Midnight Paris, which was slamming.
Yeah.
And yeah. So he mixed a couple songs for me. But after I make sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed
Yeah.
musically,
Yes.
then I'll give it to like my mixer, in this case Nils,
Right.
and then Mike Parlett, and they'll mix it. I'll make sure everything is how I want it there, and
Mhm.
then I'll turn it over to my mastering person, who is Aran Bousted. He's a great mastering engineer, so he does that, and voila, I take it out the oven and it's there. Mhm.
Like the most beautiful musical souffle.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I couldn't quite gather when you were telling me. So your guys are all over the world.
Hmm.
Do you do any of your recording remotely, or do you gather everybody in LA and do it live?
No, well, and there are a couple songs I did. I used my band. We went down to Paramount Recording Studios and we did it the old school way. Mind you, I used to be the musical director for the Temptations. I don't know if I told you that. That's what got me to
Oh,
Los Angeles. So part of my spiel when we talk about me being a band leader, it starts with me being a musical director.
right.
So I have that side. But what I'm saying is, yeah, we recorded a couple of songs at Paramount Recording Studios live with the band, like the old school way, right?
Yeah.
But but what really works for me, and it's really funny because I was just doing this session last week, a big thing we did at the Peacock Center.
Mhm.
It was for this big, oh my gosh, a big video game production. But these video game soundtracks sound like movies. So it was like I was in this 30 voice choir. We were all reading this stuff and had to sing in Latin and all this kind of different stuff. Anyway, next to me on my stand was, I think his name was Dave, and he was really nice. And he said he does television stuff or whatever. And the long story short, I'm telling you this because we're talking about the process of recording.
Correct.
And and he was basically saying, wow, like, because that works for. I think he may do kind of similar to the same thing, but this is really working for me the way I just explained it to me.
Right.
I control everything. I send it to my trusted drummer in Atlanta. I send it to my trusted bass player in London. I send it to my trusted guitar player in Chicago. I also use my guitar player for my band here, Craig T. Cooper, as well.
Mhm.
But that system, it works for me.
Right.
It works for me. And again, I can be having dinner with my wife and by the time I'm finished dinner, the drums are already laid. He sends it to me the drums, and I'm like approving the drums. Yeah, so it's yeah, that's really working for me. I can obviously do it multiple ways,
Yeah,
but this way is very sufficient for me.
yeah, yeah. Oh, it sounds very efficient, and it sounds like
Hmm.
you've done it on multiple records, and you've really got
Hmm.
the system now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
if I had to summarize what you about both of your bands, and actually this is very true for me as well.
Hmm.
I have a hard time being creative without that, like, I mean, for lack of a better word, that feeling of trust
Hmm.
and a knowingness of each other.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
there's something very intimate about music,
Hmm.
and to be able to make music with people, make really beautiful music, deep music with
Hmm. Hmm.
vibes, is something where I think it really benefits from
Yeah.
everybody knowing each other better.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
know what
yeah.
I'm
You
saying?
have.
Like it's not just something that strangers, yeah, you can read off of it and you'll get a
Hmm.
result and it'll be amazing, but there's
Hmm.
something really significant about music that's made with people who know each other and enjoy each other.
That
Uh,
is true. That's true.
there's a sense
Hmm.
of play that happens when you know
Hmm.
each other better. My band, the Octet, has been together for 10 years now this year.
Wow. Wow.
And people always come up and say, it's just crazy how you and the band just blend
Hmm.
together. And I'm like,
Hmm.
that is just 10 years.
Yeah. 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 And
Nothing
that.
replaced that.
And, yeah. Well, congratulations on that because that's unheard of.
Yeah, it is.
Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, I'm really I was so lucky to have run into you over at the Psych Band. I love Michael Parlett,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Gary Bavona's great, and what a great
Hmm.
experience the Psych Band is. And
Yeah.
you played your ass off, and it was
Thank
great to
you.
meet you. And
Thank you.
I'm so excited about Midnight in Paris.
Thank
And
you.
I hope everybody who watches this podcast absolutely takes a listen. I assume it's on all streaming platforms.
Yeah, it is on all streaming platforms, and I want to do a plug in. I had mentioned earlier that I was on Motown Records back in the day. Remember, with my group Impromptu?
Yep, Mojo.
Well, yeah. Well, I've since started my own record label. It's called J Jams Records, and I've done 7 albums on J Jams Records, and I just want to say that it is the best thing I've ever done in my life. I use my own money for investments, and I'm able to, churn out. I'm like a factory. I've been able to churn out albums, and the way I want them. I have a distribution deal with Sony, Sony Orchard, and it's just wonderful to own your own stuff and to be able to just do it, uh, own it, and I just want to encourage that to your listeners. If you can, don't wait on a record label and don't wait on people if you can, because if you do, you're going to be waiting, And in my situation, I'm not waiting for anyone. I don't have to wait. I can produce my records. I can get my records distributed. I pay for radio promotion. I have expenses, okay, but it's worth it. You have to invest in yourself because basically, when other people invest in you, they're gonna want a piece of the pie or the ownership or whatever. So that's one thing I did want to encourage the listeners. Remember back in the day, Prince had Slave on his sheet because he wanted to get out of his deal with Warner Brothers, because of the ownership and that whole thing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm extremely happy about it. I will tell you that all of the above, it's a lot of work. All
It's
of the
a
above,
lot of work.
because you're talking to a label owner, you're
Hmm.
talking about a recording artist, you're talking about a performing artist, and I came in, I had to recover yesterday from my big festival on Saturday
Yeah.
because I'm the tour manager.
Right. Yeah,
I'm the you name it, that's me.
that's you.
You know, people are, I gotta get off the stage, go assign autographs, take pictures. Well, I need somebody to take down email addresses. I need somebody to videotape this content so I can let people, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's just a lot of stuff.
Be ready.
You got to be ready. It's a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. And I would just say certain people are built for it. Like I know it's difficult, but I'm built for it. My man that like Nils, who's my friend who lives like really close, which actually when I'm finished with you here, I'm going to do a piano session for him.
Love it.
But it's like 5 minutes away. But he's got that same eye of the tiger artist mentality. Everyone can't do that, and everyone, they're really talented people, but there's another side that has to be done. But I gotta practice. Yeah, I gotta make sure my chops and everything's right. But there's another side of making it, of being a band leader, of it's a lot, and it's cool, but you just understand it's a commitment. It is, and also, and I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a dog walker, and everything else. So I gotta fit all that stuff in to my busy schedule, and
there's a balance to be struck.
There's a balance to be struck, but I would just want to encourage your listeners. You can definitely do it. I remember this one jazz cat told me. Now I always remember this. He told me, "Man, they put on their pants just like you do." You know what I'm saying? So when you see somebody that's happening, he puts his pants on just like you do. And then my good friend George Benson, who I've had the pleasure of recording with and has been on my radio show, told me, Johnny, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So that's my advice to, whoever's listening.
That advice.
You gotta just believe in yourself, have fun, do what you feel, do what you feel, and make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of that, I love to end my conversations with amazing artists like yourself by saying, so you're a band leader, you're a tour manager, you're all of everything you just listed. You're a threat times 20.
Yeah.
What is your favorite and most effective way to switch off and relax?
Oh wow, it's kind of hard actually. It is hard because even like when I'm sitting down, I'm like doing finger exercises, doing scales, just little stuff that I do. It's natural. It's subconscious. I'm in the bed. This is why I go to sleep. I'm like doing exercise. And I remember like one of my great mentors. His name is Richard Williams, who I had a pleasure of studying with. I remember he used to do this. Just we'd be talking and he would just be so, it's in me. I have to cut it off, spend time with my wife. We'll watch. She likes The Voice. So I go in there and watch The Voice with her. I obviously, I'm a big sports fan. So that really relaxes me. You said I got the Dodgers on right now.
Go Dodgers.
Brooklyn. So that, sports really relaxes me. Football.
Yeah,
I'm from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland, so I'm with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
Cleveland. They're the Indians, but they had to change name to the Guardians. What other team we have? The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
So all that stuff is like that's very relaxing. So my life consists of music, sports. These sports I mentioned, and I will watch the 6:30 news. I can't take it too much.
No,
in and out. And then it's out of here because that stuff.
Check the weather and turn it off. That's what I do.
You know what I'm talking about, girl.
I do.
I do.
Well, it has been an incredible time talking with you. I can't even. We cannot. We cannot actually get through everything that you have done in your.
Yeah. Can I give you my socials so people can check it out?
Absolutely. We have just a couple of minutes left.
Yeah, real fast. I have a book called The Soloist. It's on Amazon. Johnny Britt, The Soloist. You can hear my whole life story in that book. Obviously, follow me at johnnybritt.com. We have a brand new website. Johnny Britt Instagram. On Facebook, it's Johnny Music Britt. So it's Johnny Music Britt. I got hacked, so I had to change my name.
Yeah.
And I'm on Johnny Britt Twitter, and I just appreciate you guys follow me. Johnny Britt YouTube. If you can hit the subscribe button, a lot of great things there. I'm starting my own podcast. They'll be uploaded there. But I do have a radio show that comes on every first Sunday on Solar Radio.
Oh, love it. Okay.
The London-based radio station. Every first Sunday is Johnny Britt and the Turntable. So there you have it.
I love that. What a great name.
Thank you.
So, wow, you have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I'm just absolutely honored to have had you here, and the width and the breadth of your experience as an artist is just incredible. The fact that you wear so many hats, brother, I honestly know how you do it. But congratulations to you on Midnight in Paris, and sending you all sorts of good energy that whatever, Grammy stuff can happen.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you're going off to Tucson this weekend, so have a great time there.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate you being here on Life as a Band Leader from Outrageous 8 Records.
Absolutely, you got it. Now, and I'll be hitting the stage with you soon, right? With the big band.
Man, I love it.
Yeah, I love your voice.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. All right, I'm going to stop it, and thank you so much, Johnny Britt. Appreciate you being here.
Peace and love.
Okay.
Thanks.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Life as a Band Leader. We hope you had as much fun listening as we did making the music. If you loved what you heard, go ahead and hit follow, share it with a friend, and make sure to get tickets to the next show. Visit outrageous8.com for upcoming shows, music, and a little more band madness. Until next time, keep swinging, keep